Hey guys, welcome back to Thread and Glue. This is Stephanie. I wanted to give you a sneak peek of our picture frame, what it's going to turn out like when it's finished. I've been really busy and haven't been able to get back to them, but today I did. So I've got some that are painted up, and as soon as they dry, we'll distress them on camera. But this is just a picture of my brother, ignore that. The frame is what we're looking at. But it turned out really good. I hope you can see the distressing that happened around it. It's a light distressing. It's not anything great. You can do as little or as much distressing as you want. But for me, I just wanted a light distressing. My walls are really light in here, and we're accented with white. So I wanted a lot of the white to still remain. But this is what it'll turn out like. And so we'll work on those at another video. But just wanted to kind of let you see. Today, what we're going to work on is we are going to make gesso. We're going to make clear and white gesso. And so what you'll need a container to mix in. You will need 2 containers with a sealed tight lid. These I just got from the craft store from Hobby Lobby. They were $1.69 each. So it's a really cheap alternative to having mason jars or something like that, which I didn't have. You will need some PVA glue. I bought the Elmer's Glue All just because I want to use it for another project too. So just any PVA glue that you have. You will need some distilled water, and you will need what I have over here. This is a bag of calcium carbonate that I ordered from Amazon a couple of years ago. It's been a long time. It's the same thing that we used in making our chalk paint, but now we're going to use it to make our gesso. So you can get a lot of use out of this, and it's really inexpensive. I think it was like $11 and some change for this bag when I bought it. So let's get started. Let's see what our recipe says. We need 2 parts of distilled water. What am I going to use to measure? I didn't bring a good measuring cup. Okay, I don't want to use this, I don't think, because it won't make enough. Let's just use our container. That'll work. So we're going to do 1 full container of water up to the rim. So it doesn't matter what size you use as long as you use the same measurement for everything. You could do just tablespoons of this if you wanted to, or you can do big gallons of it. It's up to you. I wouldn't suggest doing big gallons of it. Gesso will get thick over time and not be usable. That's why you need the sealed airtight lid on them. So there's our water. We need 1 part of PVA glue. So if we did a full one of this, we want a half of one of these for the PVA glue. So let's put that in there. All right. And I have a whisk here. You want a whisk that's good for crafting, not that you're going to use for food later. So we'll put that in our container. And it doesn't matter that there's glue in our little storage container because it's going to be in there anyway. So there's no worries about that. If you want, you can rinse it out. It's not going to hurt anything one way or the other. And that got most of that out. Now we need 6 parts of chalk. So that's a lot of chalk, guys. Since this was our part, and we did 1 part was 2 parts, one of these was 2 parts, we need 3 of these of the chalk. So I better go ahead and wipe it out because I don't want to get glue all down in the chalk. Let me get these handy dandy towels here. And I'll wipe that out over here over my trash can. I hope you guys are having a great day and are getting to do lots of crafting. It's taken me a while to be able to get back in this room. I really have missed it. But once I get all of these house projects out of the way, I will have my craft room back. Right now it is covered in covered in photo frames and a door sign that I'm making and all kinds of little projects going on. Okay, we've gotten most of that glue out of there. What wanted to come out anyway. I mean, I could go wash it, but why? I really don't want to. I'll do one more swipe. If you had a measuring set for your craft room, that would be wise. Then you would always have it. And they're only $1 for a full set at the Dollar Tree. I just haven't picked one up yet. Okay, so we're going to do, how many did I say these? This is 2 parts and we need 6 parts, so we need 3 containers of chalk. All right, there is 1 container. You're going to make a mess. Just know you're going to make a mess. And we'll stir that in before we put another one in, because our container is kind of small. If you had used a bigger container, it might would work better. But this is what I had, so this is what we got. All right, that's 1. And it's not fully stirred in. I just got enough so the powder's not up on top. And there's 2. Y'all know I like to get messy with stuff, so this doesn't bother me, but I'm afraid it would some people. So if it does, just use regular measuring cups and a bigger bowl, and you'll be fine. It does start to get thick. That's what the calcium carbonate's going to do with it, because it needs to be a little bit thicker being gesso, right? And right now, it's just clear. I haven't put any color in it at all. So we've got clear so far. All right, time for 1 more cup. And here it is. All right. It is getting quite full. I really probably should have used a bigger bowl, but you know you get stubborn sometimes. Zena, do not laugh at me for using this little bitty bowl with this. I can hear you now. See how thick it's getting? We don't want it super thick like this, but we have our water on standby so we can thin it down some if we need to. Okay, at this point, I'm going to grab a popsicle stick out of my cabinet so that I can stir this a little bit better. But I'm shaking everything off of this whisk that I can get off because it holds a lot of your product. And you don't want to lose all that good stuff, right? That's not why you're making it. You're making it because you need it. Okay, set that aside and let me grab a popsicle stick. I'll be right back. Just talk amongst yourselves. Hopefully you have good things to share. Where do I keep popsicle sticks? I put them up so I wouldn't lose them. Isn't Isn't that how it always works? Oh, there they are. Okay. I have them. And you can just get these at the Dollar Tree. They're really inexpensive. I don't really know where I got this package. I've had it for a long, long time. Why would they seal those together and wrap them in a band? That makes no sense. Oh, there was no sense in that. Okay, back to stirring. If you had the larger popsicle stick, that would be better, but that's not what I have on hand, so I thought I was prepared and had everything I needed for this video. And I guess for the most part I did, but I didn't think about the stirring or the bowl or any of that. I just thought, well, I'll have something at the house I can just use. It's kind of clumpy for a little while. When you're stirring it, it kind of looks a little lumpy, and you really want to get that stirred in good. It takes a while to stir it. But see, it's starting to get thicker together, starting to form more of a paste. This will save you a ton of money if you do it, because gesso is not cheap and you get very little in a container. And this doesn't cost you much at all, and you can make as much as you want until your supplies are gone. Oh yeah, this is starting to look really good. This is about the consistency that we want, so we're not going to need more water. But if you can see, it's just kind of a thick pudding-like consistency. It just drips off of your utensil. Make sure you scrub the edges down with your stir so you don't have any extra powder residue, you know, hiding in there. This is why you usually use a whisk, but you gotta have a bowl to fit it. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna let that settle for just a minute while I work on cleaning out all the powder out of our container. Which, I don't know if it'll clean out anyway because it had glue in there to start with. This may be a bloopers video. I learned how to do this from an artist on YouTube a few years ago. It was Clive 5 Art. He has a great channel, and he makes a lot of his supplies. Oh, I hate this feeling of that powder stuff crunching. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're ready to pour our clear into our jar. So just work it in there. It should pour fine. Okay, that's our clear. And to get our white, yes, this looks white, but it's not white. To get our white, we're going to do one other thing to it. Let me grab it. Okay, we need white acrylic paint is the one other ingredient you need. Or you can do black if you want black gesso. So I'm just going to squeeze it in until I get the color that I want. So we'll see what that does once I stir it. See the difference? It's a whole different look, isn't it? Sorry about the notifications. They're coming through on my phone. That just happens to be what I record on. This is not looking bad, but I think I might want a little more white in it. Let me finish stirring it before I do that. See, I know it would be your nightmare for cleaning a house after. But my house really does look pretty good, surprisingly. It's just my craft room that goes kind of crazy. I'm going to try the whisk again since we've got it down in this state. Sure does make it easier on your hand. Okay, and let's see, it's thickening up quite a bit, so I want to add a little bit of water to it. Not too much, just a little. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. Zena, we need you to be singing right now. That'd be like our intermission. Yeah, we could do it, girl. Oh yeah, that's a much better consistency. And it's a pretty white. You can tell a big difference in the color. So shake your whisk off so you get all your good stuff off of there. Lay it aside. Get your other container. And we're going to pour it up in there. See that good gesso, y'all? That's going to be good for some projects. Y'all just wait. If you make it, you've got to show me. I do have a Facebook page, and it is just Thread and Glue on Facebook. So you guys should join for sure and check it out. I made way more than I needed. And that last little bit didn't look like it had much white stirred in it, so I'm going to stir it up some since I put it in here. That is a beautiful gesso. We're going to have some fun with this stuff, y'all. Okay, there is white and clear. You can tell a difference in the colors. The clear is a little bit darker. And I know you can tell a difference because I'm colorblind and I can tell a difference. So it's all good. But there we go. There is our gesso made up. And you might want to label your lids. I didn't think about that. I should have had some pretty little labels made. Oh well. We will just use the marker if I find one. I have this whole spinning cart with markers and pens and pencils, and I have them organized so I never can find them. This one is our white. Yep. So white gesso. And clear gesso. And y'all, we have done it. I hope you give this a try and are able to make your own gesso successfully. It's not hard. If I can do it, anybody can, seriously. So, if you guys make it, I'd love to see it. And with your extra, you can put the lid on it and save it if you need it. But it may harden because these don't really seal as airtight as they are supposed to. I have watched some videos where they've made the gesso using plaster of Paris and baby powder, things like that. The plaster of Paris will not have a good shelf life at all because what happens is that plaster of Paris is made to harden. So over a little bit of time, your whole container is going to harden like a rock. And then that defeats your purpose of why you have it. The baby powder, I can't speak on because I haven't ever used the baby powder. I can't imagine that that powder would be very fun to work with just because it's so powdery. I mean, this is powdery, but that is like way powdery, y'all. And you smell like a baby all the time, so I don't know if I'd like that. But anyway, I hope you guys got something out of this video. And let me get our book, and I'll read to you real quick in our book. And today says, "The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart rejoices, and I praise him with my song." Psalms 28:7. So with that, guys, I will leave you to it and hope you make this and give it a shot and let me know how it works for you. So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.